Hey guys, I was just going to introduce you to 2 guinea pigs that we adopted today. I had a deal with my partner that if I made 2 hides for them that I would be able to get 2 more guinea pigs that we found listed for free on Facebook. So I've got 2 guinea pigs currently that are about 3 years old, and I got 2 more girls that I thought I could try and add to my herd. So I'll show you a bit about how I made the hides a bit later on. They're very dodgy. I tried very hard, but it didn't exactly turn out how I wanted it to. But I'm going to keep trying and do some more renditions of it a bit later. I'll also show you the current setup that I've got going on for them to help them settle in. We're going to have them inside for probably about a week or 2 first to make sure that they're all healthy and good, and then also get to know them and get them more comfortable with us before I try and introduce them to my other 2. So these 2 are also girls from what I've been told. I do just want to check that as well. Yeah, so pretty much what happened was I found them on Gumtree first, and they were listed for free because they weren't getting along with the person's current guinea pigs and they weren't really blending in, and it was making the other guinea pigs upset, so they just wanted to rehome them for free because they weren't theirs in the first place. And then I also saw it then posted on to Facebook, and then it wasn't getting a lot of interest, and I'd kind of been wanting to adopt more guinea pigs anyway, and I've set up their little area. I'm not sure if I'll pick them up or if I'll just record them for you, and then I'll try and put them in their new area. So these are the new piggies. The owner said he only had them for a short time, so they didn't give them any new names, but they're about 5 or 7 months old from what he knows. So they are on the bigger side as well. They're a bit bigger than my current pig, so I would say they're probably on the older side. And yeah, so I'm just going to put them in their temporary enclosure and give them some time to settle in, and then see how they go in there. It's just a short little enclosure at the moment, so it's a bit of a 2x2 on one end and then an extra 1x2 bit. That's just on top of my rabbits enclosure, so I'm going to just block that off so the rabbits can't get up there, and then they just got a bit of a space where they can have some quiet time and adjust to us as well. And I did check, and they're both girls. It was a bit hard to check on camera, and I wasn't the most confident with holding them, so I had to get my partner to help me. But yes, these 2 are definitely girls, and I watched a lot of videos to make sure that I was sexing them correctly because I did not want to end up with any babies. But I've given them a hide that I made that I mentioned earlier, and then I gave them one of the water bottles from my other guineas and a couple of chew toys. The white one so far has played really well with the toys, more than my other guinea pigs have. I definitely know that my other guinea pigs previously hadn't had access to toys, and I've also put a hay bag in there as well, but I do later change that into a bit of a hay pile situation. So after checking the genders of the new piggies, I actually decided to go back and check my previous 2, because while the person that I got them from did say that they were girls, I had never actually checked them myself because these guys had been together for 3 years. I definitely knew they were the same gender and I didn't have a reason to check them. But when I decided I was going to put them with some new piggies, I was like, I should definitely make sure they are girls because I know how commonly missexed guinea pigs are. And I will say, with my brown one Cuppy, we did have a bit of a scare because her, I guess, area looked very different to the others. But I just think it's maybe because she's might have previously had a litter, because the person that I did get them from did at one stage have a male guinea pig, and they have had these guinea pigs their entire lives. So I'm not sure maybe if that did happen, but luckily they're all girls. I got my friend who is an animal behavioralist to check. And in the process of doing all that, we kind of put the 2 guinea pigs in so the old guinea pigs in with the new guinea pigs, because it was still a neutral space, and immediately they started getting along rather well. There was a bit of like rumbling from my original 2, Capybara and Honey, with each other, but that is actually something that I've always noticed with them. Like, they've always been a bit more rumbly with each other in their previous enclosure, but I think it's just because when I got them they were in a rather small cage, which I'd probably say is not even a meter by like half a meter. So I think they've always just been a bit territorial because they didn't have that much space. But that was something they started showing a bit more here as well. honestly, with the addition of 2 more piggies, they've very much relaxed with each other. They don't really hear that from them now. And they all actually bonded rather well. They really like, initially in these videos, you can actually see that they did really like Butter, the white one. That's what I decided to name her. And they were laying with her a little bit or sniffing her a lot more. But then now, especially in their current setup, they really like Vegemite, the black one, and they very much lay with her. I think Vegemite is once again more of a dominant one, and my 2 girls are more dominant as well, so weirdly that helps them get along, whereas Butter very much is more submissive, very timid, so she's timid with us, so she'll squeal when you pat her, or run a lot, and I very much noticed this during bonding as well. Like, if anyone just sniffed her butt, she would squeal and run. And these guys didn't really show any signs of nipping, which was fantastic. Like, as I said, there was a bit of rumbling between my original girls, but other than that, there was no nipping. There was a little bit of, once again, like someone sniffing Butter's butt and then her running and squealing, but I saw no signs of actually biting taking place. Because the bonding situation was going so well on day 1, I ended up setting a playpen up in front of our Christmas tree in the lounge room. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, and it was a big space, but not the biggest space. But I wanted to make sure that everyone had a hide as well and a place to go, and there was lots of access to water and hay so that no one was getting territorial over anything. But honestly, it was really great to see them settling into that space and getting along so well with each other. It was also really great to see how confident piggies were in a herd, because my 2 girls, when I first got them, very much would only hide within their hide, because I only had 2 hides, but there was like a bit of a 2-tunnel situation. I might see if I can find an old clip and put it in. But they, when I first got them, very much wouldn't even come out of their hide. But it was great to see these guys all exploring and everything. So yeah, you can still see that Butter is the white one is more of skittish than the others, and very much will run from the others if it felt threatened or anything. But Vegemite settled in really well, and Honey, my tricolored girl, was being very confident, which is good, because I know that originally in the original pair that I had, she was the more timid one, or was the one at least that got all of her food stolen from her. So it was great to see her being more confident in this situation as well. And then bonding continued to go really well. So on top of my rabbit's home base, which was like a CNC cage that they have open access to the rest of the house, I ended up setting up a 2x6 pen on top for the guinea pigs to be moved into, and then I later ended up adding on a 1x2 loft as well, just to give them a little bit more floor space and a bit of more room to hide. So now I'm going to go a little bit into the hides I tried to make. So originally, the one I didn't end up using, I was going to make a bit of like a triangle tunnel. So I just pretty much cut 2 pieces of this, I think it's plywood, I'm not sure, it's just wood we had left over. So I cut it about 20 centimeters down, and it's about 25 centimeters tall. And I just cut 2 pieces that were the exact same, and I just tried to screw them into each other at the top point and connect it that way. But it didn't really work out how I wanted it to, because obviously it didn't sit flush, and I didn't actually cut the top to make it sit flush or anything. But I just wanted to give that a go and see how it went. And I originally tried to like hold it together and hold it as tall as I could, but it very much collapsed down and it wasn't really working, and it ended up just not being a very good shape. So I ended up not using that one. And then I did put the house in there. The original design that I did for it didn't actually have a front cover. I was just leaving it more open, because my hope was to eventually like add a ramp and have it as a little loft. But my partner ended up saying that it did look a little bit too open, so I did add a little bit of a plank on the front to cover it up, and the piggies loved hiding behind that, and my rabbit Russell very much approved. He was very jealous when they got it, not him, because actually it was kind of the perfect size for him. And yeah, so I put that in their cage, and that was one of their favorite hides for a long time. But I didn't really think it through, because at that time I hadn't really got any pee pads for the cage to go in their hides, and I hadn't really thought about what type of wood it was and what that might do. So it very much ended up absorbing a lot of the pee. So I eventually took it out. Initially, My piggies were outside, and we were thinking about putting these guys outside as well. I was finding it hard to regulate the temperature of my piggies outside, and the main benefit to having them out there was we do have a lot of rescue budgies that have special needs, and we do have 2 that can't fly. So our hope was that they could kind of get along and keep each other warm, which apparently a lot of people have had success with before, having budgies and guinea pigs in the same aviary, and they've had them cuddle up together in their hides. But we weren't having any issues with that, but in Australian heat, we were very much struggling to keep the guinea pigs cool, but not wetting them, but also wetting the budgies to keep them cool because they very much like being misted. So especially with getting 2 long-haired piggies, I very much was able to convince my partner to let me build an enclosure for them indoors. And so far, honestly, they're all getting along really well, which is fantastic. And I'm seeing my other piggies' personality shine. And the good thing about having them inside as well is they very much are enjoying pats a lot more. Cuppy, the brown one, has always loved pats. She's very much a big people piggy. She'll always come over and say hello, which I love. And the 2 new piggies, still a work in progress. I'm able to hand feed them, which I am more than happy with. But I'm slowly getting to head pats, but it has to be in a very specific way, otherwise they get a bit scared. But we're working on it, and I'm going to, keep you updated on how everything goes. So, well, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.